Welcome back. This is Fuzzee D Tutorials and my name is Dave. Alright, we're doing something a little different today. I'm actually going to be doing a drive review, and before I get to that, let me just give you a little bit of backstory here. About a month ago, I bought this drive from Amazon. This is a Rioddas pop-up mobile external DVD burner. It does rewritables as well as straight burnables. And the reason I got it was because my new computer doesn't have a built-in drive like the old one. So when I ordered this drive, it had some issues. It wouldn't play movies, and I had a heck of a time even getting the computer to recognize it. So I wound up returning it and replacing it with something else. And about 10 days ago or so, Rioddas got a hold of me through email, and we started a process of negotiation. They wanted to make it right. Now at first they wanted to offer me a gift certificate in return for taking down my bad review of the drive. And when I told them I wouldn't do that, then they offered to send me a new drive. And then they but of course they wanted me to remove the review. But I told them what I would do is I would review the drive, good, bad, or indifferent, and then I would amend my existing review accordingly. So they went ahead and sent me a new drive, and it came in a couple days ago. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to unbox it, and we're going to test it, see if it works. And if the drive works, then at the end of this, I'm going to tell you about how we're going to do a giveaway. And I'm going to give this away to somebody in Canada. I'm not going to try and ship it outside of Canada, but to learn how to enter to win it, you'll have to watch this video to the end. Okay, so we're going to open it up here. And I'm going to leave this plastic coating on it because we are going to give it away. So let me tell you a couple things I do like about this drive. It's nice and compact and lightweight. And I love the fact that this little cord tucks into the bottom. So we'll pull that out. Now, the only downside I find with this drive is you can't remove the cord and replace it with something that'll plug directly into my computer, which has, of course, Thunderbolt ports, because I'm running a MacBook Pro. So I have to use a dongle because it's got a USB 3 connector. So we'll plug that in there. And then we're going to open up the tray. Now this is one of the reasons that I prefer the new drive I got. The new one is a slot drive, but this has got the pop-out tray. And there's nothing wrong with this setup. It's just for my particular use, it's not as nice for me because of the way I'm set up with this couch desk here. Alright, I'll take my King Kong video here. Now just before I start this, I've got one little bit of a issue with this review. I'm shooting some B-roll footage of it, which I'll pop up over top so you can see it actually playing the video. And now we'll pop the disc in. Now the one downside to this setup is that because of it's going through a dongle and maybe something else, it's a little slow to start up. But once it gets going, it does a nice job. And as we can see here, it seems to be playing the movie nicely. Alright, I don't want to have copyright issues on my review here, so we're going to stop it right there. Now we're just going to go and eject our movie here. Now you'll notice that if you're on a Apple computer, you won't be able to press the button on the front to eject it like you could if you were on a Windows machine. Alright, so now we're going to test it for reading a data CD. This is actually, of all things, a Windows CD. Back from my old Windows days. A long time ago, so it's a Windows XP Pro. But it should read it. And it's just taking a little bit to access it. So I noticed the drive is a little bit slower. There it comes. Okay. It's definitely slower than my other one. Alright. So it seems to be reading it fine. We'll open up a document and double check. It all seems to be there. And once it's actually accessed it and it's kind of up and running, it seems to be quick enough. I don't have any issues there. So my overall conclusion with this drive is that it's actually quite a nice little drive. And now that I've got one that works and can speak to how well it works, I would actually recommend it for someone who's looking to spend a little less money. You know, I have to be honest, it's not as fast or as nice as the one I replaced it with, but I also spent about 30% more for the new one that replaced it than I did for this one. So on to how you can win this drive. So to get your name entered in the draw, I want you to put in, drop me a comment in this video and put in hashtag DVD burner Rioddas. So hashtag DVD burner Rioddas. And Rioddas is spelled R-I-O-D-D-A-S. And I will be amending a posted review on my Amazon page, and I'm also going to be putting up a review on my reviews website, which is reviews.ihaservices.ca. That's reviews.ihaservices.ca, and you'll be able to see a review there for it as well. So I just want to take a moment and talk about Rioddas, the company. I was very impressed that when they saw I'd returned the drive and was unhappy with it, they made an effort to reach out to me and make it right. And you know, they offered a couple different solutions. One was to actually give me a gift certificate for $25, which is less than the drive cost, but not a lot less. Or they offered to send me the new drive. And we already talked about why I decided to take the new drive and do something with it. So I wanted to be able to offer you guys a chance to win the drive, as well as be able to offer a complete review of the product. I'm just really impressed that they cared enough to reach out to me to arrange this. And it's not like I've got a following of thousands of people on YouTube. You know, probably a handful of people in the world might have seen my bad review on their product. I don't think that's what motivated them. I think what really motivated them is that they didn't want to have anybody unhappy with their product if they could at all help it. And that really impresses me. And that's one of the big reasons why I would really recommend their products, because they care. And they care whether they work, and they care whether you're happy with them. And in this day and age, I think that's a very important thing. So kudos to Rioddas for reaching out to make this right. Okay, so with this review, I kind of messed up a little bit. I got so excited about it playing the DVD movies really nice that I forgot to check and make sure that it would actually burn a disc. So I checked it after the fact, and I was just going to make a notation in the comments, but unfortunately it failed. So I'm going to show you that. That way you can see exactly how it's failing. I'm going to plug the drive in, and it'll just take a moment for it to read the rewritable disk that's in there. And it's a single layer 4.7 gigabyte DVD. And there our windows popped up. And now you can see it showed up here. So we've got it selected. Now we're just going to grab a few files from this other Finder window. Okay, I'll just drag them down here. And then we'll click on Burn. Oh, looks like I got a little too many. Oh, that's funny. It should have actually. Oh, it must be seeing. It did try and write some of the files before, on the last test before it failed. So we'll just remove one of these files, the big one. And we'll try it again. Okay, to make it a fair test for the purposes of this review, let's eject this and put in a fresh disk. Alright, it popped it out. And we'll pop in a fresh blank one. Alright. And we'll drag that one back down here. Okay, we'll try this burn again. And there's the error that we got before. Let's bring that down here so we can read it a little easier. So it's telling us the disk can't be burned because the disk drive is not accessible. And I know that it's not an issue with the disks because I took my other burner and I was able to use the same disk that failed, and I was able to do a big burn on it. So there is definitely an issue with this drive when it comes to burning. Now I can't say whether it is because we're trying to do it on a Mac. It might actually work fine on a Windows machine, but I have no way of knowing that. Now, since the drive does actually still work for reading data and playing movies, we're still going to give it away. So you can go ahead and follow the instructions I gave earlier, and we're still going to do the draw on July 31st, 2020. So thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos from Fuzzee D Tutorials, please subscribe. And if you want to know when those new videos come out, make sure you click that notification bell. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next time.